day ain't done yet. What would you be wanting with the likes of Tilly? I run her off every time I see her.
She sells unusual fabrics.
More likely fished out of the river or plucked from someone else's trash barrel.
That may be, but it's not easy to match final cloth with new.
Don't know why Miss Alice and her mother have a seamstress. They could throw away what was ever torn and tattered and never be the wiser.
True, but wealthy people often practice thrift. It's proof of character.
If you say so, Miss Livingston.
Do let me know if you see anything of the old rag woman.
I won't fail you. If Tilly shows her face around here, I'll have her wait outside the kitchen door, in the attic, where she belongs.
Thank you, Bridget.
I can't stand the job much as I like. Me boyfriend's in the house.
You have a boyfriend?
Officer Tom McGovern of the New York Metropolitan Police Department. I'm very proud of Tom, I am.
Well, it sounds to me as if you're in love, Bridget.
What if I am? Tom's stolen me heart.
Take care of your heart as always does. You're full of scoundrels. Someone at the door.
I heard.
Deception, deception. Yet it's not an unpleasing face. Eva wears many masks.
You're not early today, Miss Grace.
What I am?
Nothing special, ma'am. Always a pleasure to see you all.
Don't shadow.
No, ma'am.
Take these packages.
Yes, ma'am.
What a noisy creature, my dear. However do you manage? It is a trial, Henrietta. Good help is so hard to find. I know just what you mean. First, they're ungrateful, not satisfied to work and live in a grand house. They want to be paid. The next thing you know, they insist on being treated as people, or even worse, our equals. That would be going too far. Oh, it's you, Miss Livingston.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't stand at the window, it's common.
Sorry.
Oh, what's a trying day I've had. I tell you, Miss Livingston, being a widow is a sorry fate. Isn't it, Henrietta? It most certainly is. A never-ending woe. Women were made to weep.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah!
Mrs. Drayton, what is it?
This.
Oh, dear. My sewing.
Your sewing and your sewing pins and needles really are, Tilly, the very idea.
Please forgive me.
I expect things to run neatly here in the house while I attend my late husband's business affairs.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. In the future, I'll watch where I put my sewing.
Do.
Everyone says Mr. Drayton was a marvel about making money.
There's no secret to making money. All it takes is energy and dedication. The pursuit of wealth is a duty shirked only by the lazy. You're such a wonder. However do you do it?
Is that money real?
I'm not likely to be carrying around false banknotes. I leave that sort of thing to gypsies.
I've never seen so much money at one time. It's a safe.
There's no need to shout, Miss Livingston. Of course it's a safe.
I thought it was only an extra table. There's so many of them in the city.
It was Sigmund's idea. He always said to be safe 1 month to be ingenious.
Ingenious, yes.
I ask you, would a thief expect his safe to be standing in a fashionable sitting room?
Fashionable sitting room? No.
In one of the better areas of Manhattan?
Definitely not.
There you have it.
Your husband had a reputation.
In some things. In others, he was lax. He left his affairs in the shambles. I'm doing the best I can to sort things out. Not easy.
Not easy, no.
Mrs. Drayton, you'll never guess who's here.
Your sweetheart, Officer McGovern of the Metropolitan Police.
Tom's in the kitchen. You're right there, ma'am.
I allow the liberty because I feel an occasional policeman on the premises ensures security.
I quite agree.
Tom ain't an occasional. He's a regular. But I ain't talking about Tom.
Then who might you be talking about?
It's Mr. Brody.
Brody. Brody, I don't know any Mr. Brody.
But you do, Mrs. Drayton. Everyone knows him. At least they've heard of him. Steve Brody.
Steve Brody, the man who jumped from the Brooklyn Bridge?
Why, I believe I too heard something about that.
Jumped and lived to tell about it.
Oh, that's Mr. Brody. He's quite a celebrity.
I remember when his pictures were in all the papers. Handsome devil.
He'd like to work with you, Miss Drayton.
With me?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, you lucky thing. It's probably nothing. You silly girl, why are you keeping him down in the kitchen? Show him up at once.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, hurry.
I'll leave you and Mr. Brody alone.
Have you taken leave of your senses? You will do no such thing. We are widows, and we can't be left alone with bachelors. What would the neighbors say?
I wasn't thinking.
Compose yourself in an inconspicuous fashion. By that plant.
Yes, ma'am.
That will do nicely. She looks very natural and flat. Oh, isn't this thrilling?
Don't leave the show me, Bridget. I'll find my own way in. Mr. Drayton, a great honor, Steve Brooks.
The honor is mine.
Something wrong, ma'am?
No, nothing's wrong, Mr. Brody. Since I never expected a living legend to be in my sitting room. Why, I remember the day you jumped from the Brooklyn Bridge. Everyone said you were the splasher around the world. First man to do it. Bravo. Oh yes, bravo, bravo. So heroic.
I'm obliged by your kind words, ladies, but I wasn't the first.
You were the first to succeed. The others never surfaced.
That's true enough. Instead of memories, they left air bubbles.
To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I'll tell you. I met my good friend, Officer Tom McGovern, in the street. And he said that he was about to visit his intended at the Drayton Mansion. And I figured it was opportunity knocking, and I said to myself, now's the time to put the fight on the old doll.
Fight? Oh, doll.
And let's get Tom. He'll vouch for the proof that Steve Brody's on the left. McGovern! You hear me, McGovern?
I'm on the way.
Get in full leg day, will ya?
Maya, you certainly do have a strong voice.
You need a voice like mine if you live on the Bowery.
The Bowery. I never thought such words would be uttered in this house. In polite society, there is no such thing as the Bowery. Please, Henrietta, forget you ever heard that. Please. For your sake, my dear, I will ignore all these references. Your friends would never understand.
Well now, ladies, you can't just sweep the Bowery under the rug and pretend it ain't dead.
A boulevard of opium dens where devotees are lulled into oblivion.
You've been reading too many of them sensational magazines.
Seedy theaters where lurid dramas are enacted by third-rate thespians. One vile gardery after another. Strong spirits and demon rum, who knows what else.
I make no apologies for life on the Bowery. It's rough and tumble, dog eat dog. But it's got a good side. It just needs a bit of nourishing, a bit of caring. I know what I'm talking about, Mrs. Drayton. Down there on the Bowery, that's where I earn my living. I have my own saloon.
Saloon?
No finer groggery can be found from Chinatown to Herald Square.
No gentleman nor lady would be found on the Bowery. I'm certain of that. Absolutely not. Completely unheard of. Stop.
I run a respectable tuck joint. The floors are nicely waxed, no sawdust. There's a dime museum across the street, and an oyster house next door. We don't have a lack of culture.
Culture? That's culture? Ghastly! Oh, really?
Genevieve, Steve, at your service. How can you ladies?
Always nice to see you, Tom.
I beg your pardon, Mrs. Drake, but what's with her? I mean, can she talk?
That is my seamstress, a person of no consequence. You may leave now, Miss Livingston. Officer McGovern will be your replacement.
Yes?
Tom, you tell Mrs. Drake that I'm true blue.
The President, when you shake hands with Steve Brody, you might as well be shaking hands with Uncle Sam.
Uncle Sam extends his hand in welcome, and so do I. That's how I greet first-timers in my respectable tuck joint.
When Steve Brody walks down the street, gents tip their hats and ladies smirk. They see quality, and they know that they're talking about Steve Brody. That's why they call him the King of the Bowery.
King of the Bowery, that's me.
What is it precisely you want from me?
He wants a donation, Mom.
Donation for what?
Down there on the Bowery, I fight town hall, Tiananmen's, terrors. Oh, ladies, if you could only see some of the misery I see every day. Little children, dressed in rags, crying out for a decent meal. The pitiful dregs of society, with no place to go.
Said but true of it here. Rural lads are succumbing to the ever-increasing number of the glitter and rarely found gold of the city.
And them lads end up with the other dregs. Mother and father long dead, and a sister and brother, who knows where. Babies grow up never knowing how to read or write.
Babies who've never been birthed.
Widows, orphans, grandmothers, crowded together in miserable quarters, while the sound of the sewing machine gives them no rest.
Yes, Mr. Brody, you shall have a donation. You shall have two.
Bless you, ladies.
I told you she could be counted on, Steve. She's true too.
Every penny that goes to Steve Brody's Foundation for a Better Bowery is put to good use.
Truer words were never spoken.
I will have the check delivered.
You're a fine lady, Mrs. Drayton, and I won't take up any more of your time. I hope one day you fine ladies will grace my establishment with a visit.
On the Bowery, surely you jest, Mr. Brody. We could never do a thing like that.
Give it some thought.
Mother, have there been any messages for me?
This is my daughter, Alice. This is Mr. Brody, the man who jumped from the Brooklyn Bridge.
You rent a respectable type joint on the Bowery.
By gum, Steve, she's got your number.
Alice, how do you know of such things?
Jack told me. Jack knows everyone on the Bowery. It's his beat.
I might have known. Jack Hobart, a rubbing reporter, hasn't 2 dimes to rub together. Ought to knock him out of the picture. It's a mother's duty.
Well, I best be on my way.
Better say goodbye to Bridget, Steve. She'd never forgive me if you got away without that.
I'm at your service, Tom. Mrs. Drayton, Miss Drayton, ma'am.
Oh, Mr. Brody, next time use the front door. He's not socially acceptable, of course, but he is fascinating. He most certainly is. Well, I too must be going. We'll just have to do this again soon. Bye. Goodbye, darling. Alice, I've been shopping for your trousseau today. I can't wait for you to see all the lovely things I've purchased.
Are you sure I haven't gotten any messages?
A mashed note from that worthless Jack Hobart. Isn't that what you're hoping for?
What if I am?
Don't take that tone with me, miss. Jack Hobart is nothing but a fortune hunter.
That's not true.
I have not lived as long as I have to know nothing about the lure of dollars and cents.
Jack loves me. He's not after my money.
Rubbish. You will marry the man I have selected.
Never.
Besides, what have you against your late father's business partner?
I
Philip
don't-
Blickman is all a girl can ask for.
I don't like him and I don't trust him. I never have.
I want him to take over the business completely. He's a resourceful man, and he'll relieve me of the duty. It's time I take to my true calling, society matron.
I detest Philip Bleakman and I believe father suspected him of some treachery. My mother's always been linked to a clever medicine.
Alice, pay attention. I don't want you to see Jack Hobart again. He's not welcome in this mansion. Is that clearly understood?
I will not marry a man I do not love.
Who is talking about love? I'm talking about marriage. You've seen the last of Jack Hobart.
I won't marry Thurlow. I won't. I won't. I'm here to please.
Who are you?
I'm Tilly. After I know a little Tilly, full clothing, flat, odds and ends. I heard no
buy anything that you might be selling.
Is that so? Then why should say I should stop by the house and bring along my wares? I got to find cloth in there the best. Any seamstress will be proud to work with it.
It must have been Miss Livingston you spoke with.
Don't know nothing about no Miss Livingston. Spoke with a young woman named Blanche, though.
Blanche is Miss Livingston.
Well, 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 I learn something new every day, don't I?
I'll get her for you.
Interfere with me, are you, Jenny?
No, of course not.
Miss Livingston!
Coming! Well, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Hello, what's this? Now who leave a sack of rags on your power floor? Hold on, I'm doing my best.
There'll be a tiny piece of frost in all this rolled chili.
Miss Alice is always to you, Mr. Longhorn.
How's everything with you, Bridget?
I'm all slow, I am.
What's up? My girlfriend, king of the Bowery.
Himself.
My, Steve and I are like brothers.
Up! What are you doing in here?
Business to transact.
I should have known it was you when I saw that sack. Your place is in the alley with the other stray cats.
Don't use that whole chili fixin'.
The very idea.
How dare you come into this house by way of the front door? Oh, Tilly don't want no trouble.
Down the back stairs with you. Be quick about it.
Whatever you say, dearie, whatever you say.
And mind you, don't you go spreading cats with your lovely carpet. Alice, I don't know what to say.
Tilly's harmless.
You know her, sir?
She's well known on the Bowery.
I'll get rid of her once and straight.
That would be wise. If Mother saw her in the house, it would cost you your employment.
I had no idea that woman was so bold.
I must confess, the rag woman did frighten me.
Oh, there's lots like her on the Bowery. Each one is a story.
Oh, Jack, you mustn't stay. Mother has forbidden me your company. She insists I marry Thurlow Bleakman. He's bewitched her.
I'll have no one else for a wife, Alice. Only you.
Oh, Jack. It's the very man I loathe.
Bleakman?
The same.
I'll stand my ground, Alice. I'll have this out with Bleakman.
No, Jack. No trouble. For my sake. Into the study. Don't let him see you.
But Alice!
Please, Jack.
Go as you wish.
Sister Bleakman, Miss Alice. Come calling, he has. One beau after another. You're a regular Cleopatra.
Thank you, Bridget.
My dear Alice.
It's useless to pursue me, Thurlow. I love another.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean, I love another.
You're a newspaper swindler. Your mother has warned me about him.
My mother trusts you completely.
You do not.
I never have. But that is neither here nor there. I will not marry you, and that is final. You, sir, have been rebuffed.
Take care. Do not provoke me. I have a temper. When they don't reject, they're the Bleakman.
Let go of me. Jack! Jack!
Go for it, Bleakman.
What is going on in here?
I was savagely attacked without provocation.
Attack?
That's a lie, Mother. Thurlow was behaving like a boy.
Hush, Miss Alice. Your close sense know what you were talking about.
You again, Jack Hobart. Alice, you've disobeyed my wishes.
My jaw. I think it's broken.
If I had intended to break your jaw, I would have. I am skilled in the sport of fisticuffs. You do well to remember.
We'll put some ice on that.
Might help.
Thank heavens no neighbors were around. Brawling in my parlor, there could have been a scandal.
Please accept my apology, Mrs. Drake. The rascal left me no choice. He stormed from the study when he heard Alice and I in conversation.
He was in my study. The cheek of the fellow makes himself right at home, doesn't he?
I fear he has influence over your daughter.
A youthful infatuation, nothing more. It will pass.
I do believe Alice is aware of my interest.
Listen, sweet Thurlow.
Don't I always, dear lady? There's only one thing better than money, And that's a stupid woman with money.
I cannot carry on Sigmund's business affairs any longer. It is not seemly. I am a woman, and a woman does not engage in commerce. It's vulgar, and I deplore vulgarity. Although I accept it as proof of an expanding economy.
Well put.
You will take over the business completely. You will marry Alice. Alice needs steady hands.
I have no objection to either suggestions.
Splendid. I completed a successful transaction today.
Oh?
I sold the farm property on Long Island and received what I believe to be a fair price.
Which was?
$11,000.
More than fair, I'd say. Stupid woman, why didn't you stick a handful of glass beads?
I should have asked your opinion, I suppose, but the opportunity came up and I grabbed.
A wise decision. She knows nothing of land values. The land's worth 10 times what she got. However, one will catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. With Mrs. Drake down and digging with the dragonfly, and flattery is the sugar cube.
The money is here, safe. It will be used as a cornerstone of Alice's Bowery.
In that case, her marriage will have a solid foundation. $11,000 then. I wish you were the combination of that safe.
Marriage is built on solid foundations and do not crumble.
You're a wise woman, Mrs. Drake.
I have tons of business papers to wade through. It's an exhausting chore. You must help me, Thurlow.
I'll work you a night if need be. You need never worry about business affairs again. I'll take care of everything.
You are my salvation.
And your future son-in-law.
It's not so bad. Don't worry about me.
Oh, Jack, what are we going to do? Mother will force the marriage, and I'd sooner die than wed Thurlow.
We're going to elope.
When?
Tonight.
Oh, Jack, you mean it?
I'll get carriage to be back this evening.
Yes, yes. I'll pack a satchel.
We'll travel light until tonight.
Until tonight. So much to do, so much to think about. Let's see. I'll pack my pink blouse. With my satin bonnet. No, not the satin bonnet, the ribbon one. And I'll need my shoes, and my strip for bicycling, and my belt with the diamond pin. Yes, miss? Where's Bridget? I want Bridget.
Well, I don't know, Miss Alice. She wasn't in the kitchen when you rang, so I thought I'd better come along.
I don't need a seamstress. I need a maid.
Shall I try to find her?
No, don't bother. I'll find her myself.
As you wish, miss. She's probably over the back of the gossiping. She's a terrible gossip.
I won't light my cigar in this study, Mrs. Drake. I know your feelings on smoke. I'll step outside. You, Blanche Livingston.
Yes, Thurlow. Blanche. The young woman you lured to the city with the promise of marriage. The young woman you forgot so quickly.
You'll be overheard. How'd you get into this house?
I was employed yesterday by Mrs. Drayton. I'm the new seamstress.
You expect me to believe that?
Believe what you like. I know all about your marriage plans for Miss Alice. That is why I'm here. To keep an eye on her. To protect her. From you.
You plan to blackmail me, is that it? How much?
I don't want your money. I want your name.
My name?
I won't amuse you by telling you what a hard life I've led since the day you've abandoned me. No money, no place to shelter, only my skill with thread and needles to sustain me. It's not enough, Thurlow. I've waited for that right moment to strike, and that moment is now.
You're battling, Blanche.
A woman alone in New York is without protection, without position. I have no wish to be referred to as a person of no consequence. Marriage will give me respect, at least in the eyes of society.
Mrs. Thurlow, please. And what if I refuse?
I shall inform Mrs. Drayton of your shady past.
Leave my past out of this if you don't mind.
Breach of promise, gambling debts, who knows what else. I've seen you at the racetrack, and I've seen you at the gambling tables. Your losses are staggering.
I don't like being spied on.
What would Mrs. Drayton say if I reveal all?
I'm surprised, feeling as you do. Did you even consider marrying me?
I loved you once. You were full-eyed.
You said I didn't.
Life in the city has taught me that only the strong survive.
Not an original observation, Blanche.
I will survive, Philip Bleakman. Marry me or lose all.
Think, man, think. How do I rid myself of this clinging female? You've grown wise, Blanche. I'll find some way to the wedding bells. But I don't want anything to interfere with my business plans.
You know what I want. The choice is yours.
You win.
When do we marry?
The sooner the better. Say, tomorrow night.
Why not in the morning or the afternoon?
There's some things I must first attend to. Meet me at the corner of Canal Street by the pawn shop with a painted mohawk. I'll have a carriage.
I'll be waiting. Don't try anything, Thurlow. I'm on to a trip.
Trust me. How did a naive country girl get so smart so fast? It's the way of the city, I suppose. But city or no city, she won't get the better of Thurlow, believe me. I'll have the business and I'll have Alice. With her as my wife, every door in the city will be open to me. Apart from that, I'll enjoy humbling the honey creature. As for Blanche, I'll get a hurry grab to break her neck myself. Coming, Mrs. Drayton, coming.
Yes, but how did you manage to find me?
Well, every time I saw a police officer, I'd ask him where to find the Drayton Mansion.
How resourceful.
Finally, I found a police officer who pointed out this house, and here I am.
Obviously. You look exhausted, but then you always did. I suppose those old country clothes are the best you have.
What's the matter with my clothes? I made them myself.
I can see that. To move about successfully in New York, one must be dressed in the current fashion.
Current? You mean like jams and jelly?
Yes, ma'am?
Mrs. Pretty Willie will be staying with us for a while, Bridget.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the guest room ready?
Like always.
Bridget will show you to your room, Martha.
I'm cold.
Take Mrs. Pretty Willie's luggage.
Luggage? It's an old straw basket and it smells of vegetables.
Bridget!
Yes, ma'am. The luggage.
Get some rest, Martha. We'll talk again in the morning.
I'm up at 5.
Isn't that interesting? Don't forget your load.
I thought I heard your voice, Mrs. Drake.
An unexpected visitor from the past. Someone I knew when I was a child. A rustic creature with the smell of hay in her hair. Still, I could not bring myself to be impolite. If one leads in society, one must be graciously social. Nobody's.
Well, puss,
How are things coming along?
I'm afraid the books are not up to standard.
The wind did let things go at the end.
Not to worry, man. Also done all the commas and the decimal points.
You are a tower of strength. Alice will learn to love you in time. Marriage first, love later. That's a motto every young lady should learn. Alice is so headstrong, independent.
I repeat, dear lady, not to worry.
Bless you, Thurlow, bless you.
Duty calls.
I like a dedicated businessman. You deserve credit, Thurlow.
I am what I am. I do believe I'll have a smoke before resuming work. However, I will not enjoy my cigar in the study. I'll enjoy it in the side yard with the lilacs.
As you wish. If you need anything during the night, hug for Bridget.
How kind you are.
Careful, you jarhead. Don't you me.
Quiet!
Bob, bring that light over here.
Oh, sorry, Monty.
The day I helped deliver this safe was the day I knew I'd be back. I'm a fox, I am.
Don't forget old Tilly. She did her part seeing the window out there was left unlocked.
Can you do it? It's a cinch. This is one of them old-time articles. A decent tap will do the trick.
Tilly!
Someone's coming!
Hi, Monty! Hide! Where? Anywhere! There's no tools!
I wonder where they keep their things. There was no washing water in my room. I'll get more of a wash basin against the wall, but no washing water. What's that? This will make a fine water pitcher. We'll have to do. I'll go see where they keep their pump.
That was close.
I'll say.
Wonder who she was.
What's in there? Some jewels, maybe? Stocks and bonds? We can fence them. Old man Drayton was rich! Any diamonds? Gold rings?
Bunch of nothing. Papers, letters.
You mean we risk our necks for papers and letters?
Wait, what's this?
What?
We'll all be logs. We've hit the bullseye.
Monty, it's money!
2 big chunks.
We'll blow some of this tomorrow night at Stevie Rose.
Achoo! Boss, who was that?
I'm not waiting to find out!
I hope they left something for me. They cleaned up the 11,000, just my luck. They've dropped something. It's money. Lots of money. Well, it's fallen into the right hands.
It's fallen into the wrong hands.
You spying again?
I wasn't spying. I came downstairs in the hope of seeing you again before you left. I waited on the stairs while the men weren't here. I was too frightened to move or scream.
So was I.
Sir, I saw you. You could easily have gotten away with no danger to yourself. You kept quiet so you might perhaps come in for share of the plunder. You haven't changed at all, Thurlow.
How dare you accuse me of such a thing?
How dare you ask with that money in your coat?
Mrs. Drayton has tons of money. I have nothing but my wits. She will miss a few thousand.
Suppose I cry out and have you searched.
Well, in that case, I'll put the money back in the safe.
Do so.
On second thought, I'll keep it. Think, Blanche, if you turn me in, you'll never be Miss Thurlow Bleakman.
I
We
swear.
both know what a marriage certificate means to you.
I swear, if you don't marry me tomorrow evening, I'll ruin you.
Trust me.
Marriage or it's up the Hudson for you. Prison bars.
Blanche is the sort of woman who tells a wolf she wants a fur coat and shows up the next day wearing him. What were those names again? Monty, Bob. Tomorrow night, Steve Brody's, they said. I'll be there. I'll hunt them till I find them. I think I see a way to get Blanche Livingston out of my hands. Who was that?
Who could that be at this time of night?
Oh, it's you, Mr. Hobart.
Hobart. Jack Hobart. What a piece of luck.
Miss Alice is expecting me.
Yes, sir. She told me all about the elope. I couldn't be happier for you both. Said I wasn't to breathe a word of it to her mother.
The carriage is waiting.
I'll fetch Miss Alice.
Good heavens! What's this?
You! What are you doing there? You're robbing the safe! Thief! Thief! Thief!
No, you don't understand.
I understand all too well.
Who's yelling?
I yell!
But why, Mr. Bleakman?
Never mind the thief yell. Into the street. Find me, policeman.
I don't need to go into the street. Me Tom's downstairs. Officer McGovern.
Fetch him up at once.
But-
At once!
Yes, I'm going.
I know how this looks.
The money. Gone. What have you done with it, thief?
You judge me falsely.
Ha!
What is it? What's going on in here, Thurlow?
He has robbed you.
Is there nothing too low for a roving reporter?
I am innocent.
$11,000. Gone.
Alice's dowry!
I have done nothing wrong.
You horrid man!
Jack,
Alice,
what has happened?
I have been robbed, and there stands the thief.
No,
Then what was he doing here at this time of night?
I can explain. He came for me. We're to be married.
A man who would steal my daughter would steal my money.
if you'll believe me, search me.
Yes, search him.
Obviously, you had an accomplice who's already made up with the money.
What's the trouble in here?
I am referring charges. Arrest Jack Hobart. He has robbed me.
Do your duty, officer.
don't you dare put your hands on that young man. He's Miss Alice's attendant.
Uncle me, Bridget! I can't let Bob stand between me and my duty.
Then I'll stand between you and your duty.
I won't be taken.
Yield and be tried by a court of law.
Innocence doesn't count against circumstantial evidence. I learned that on the Bowery. To find the real criminal, I must be free. And by heaven, I will
Come
be.
on, thief! Thief!
Yeah, let him go, Mom. He ain't no thief.
Oh, what will the neighbors say?
Won't somebody please tell me, where do you keep your pump?
The Bowery! They say such things and they do such things on the Bowery! The Bowery! I'll never go there anymore!
The Bowery.
Long may it live.
How do you like that, mate? Gone and done it again. Passed out on me.
You gotta expect that from them Harvard boys.
College kids ain't tough. You gotta be tough. Want to see my tattoo?
Not much.
He doesn't talk, but he is attentive.
How would you know?
Said he owns a watch chain.
I own a parrot. What does that make me?
A bird brain. One with a cookie on his shoulder.
Did you see Clean's story in the Bowery Bugle?
Nah, the print's too small and I hate to explain it.
Squirt my eyes, she don't know how to read.
What's it say?
Catherine Foster, a young woman of 19 years, has been convicted of the murder of her husband by arsenic.
Arsenic who?
Arsenic ain't a who?
It's a poison?
Poisonous? What do you know? I thought arsenic was a French word.
Is she really that dumb or is she just play acting?
Nobody play acts around here.
What else did you say, ma'am?
The victim was a respectable young man to whom she had been married for 3 weeks.
Maybe she didn't love him.
Why'd she marry him then?
I don't know.
Same reason all women snag a guy. Money.
Not all girls are like that.
Name one that is.
There's gotta be one somewhere. Well, what else does it say, May?
Says here he was insured for $1,000.
Now I know.
Sure you don't want to see my tattoo, man? I got your name smack in the middle of a rosebud.
Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? Give us a look-see. I'm impressed, Sugar. I really am.
It's a hot night, Brody.
Then why don't you go out into the beer gardens and cop a breeze from the river?
That's not a bad idea.
Sounds good to me.
Hold on. Ain't you twos forgetting something?
Like?
Like the last time you were in here. You ran up a tab and you ran out of money.
Oh yeah. Guess we forgot.
I didn't.
We'll take care of it right now. 3 small ones, wasn't it?
Closer to 10.
You can take what we owe you out of that. Keep the change.
What'd you do? Rob a bank?
We go looking at cards. Send out 2 mugs. Easy on the phone.
It's good money, Brody.
So it is. 2 cold mugs in the garden.
Oh, scusi, mister.
2 cold mugs for the gents.
I don't know, Steve. I don't think this is gonna work.
Go on, it's a perfect disguise. You can't go about being yourself after the city's looking for you.
I've got to find out who robbed Mrs. Drayton. Otherwise, I'm finished in this town.
Then do what I tell you. Keep your eyes and ears open and your mouth shut. Whenever there's a big job done uptown, the Bowery hears about it sooner or later. You know that as well as I do.
True.
Those 2, Monty and Boggs, went into the beer gardens. They're flush with dough. They might know something. Bad pair.
I'll stay close to them. Thanks, Steve, for everything.
Anything for a friend, that's Steve Brody's philosophy.
Don't I know it? Oh, scusi, missy. Scusi, mister.
Hey, none of that in here.
Let me go, Brody. I said nothing.
Lifted his wallet, that's all.
No, I wasn't. I was trying to find out his birthday. I was going to send him a present when it comes around. I'm sentimental.
Sentimental. That's a good one.
Well, never should boost the law and think of anything to say at the same time. She has to take her shoes off to count beyond 10.
No one laughs at lunch. I'll show you.
You won't read at me.
Says you. Come on, get her, man. Come on, get her. It's not my love.
Break it up.
Come on, get her.
Come on. Hit her. Take the blood off the ball. Come on.
All right.
I think you dropped this, young man.
Looks like mine. It is mine. How'd it get there on the floor?
Must have been awesome.
If I was you, kid, I'd head back to Cambridge and hit them college books.
No, sir. I'm from the New York City to house. So I'm down here on the Bowery. How?
How?
I don't feel so good.
You better sit down, mate. You're listening to one side.
Yeah, you need some hot coffee.
I could use it.
I've warned you before, Lila.
It was all a mistake. A terrible mistake.
You're giving the place a bad name. If I catch you boosting another wallet, you're out of here. Good.
It'll never happen again. It's my word of honor. Honor? What's her name? I've got a knife.
That does it.
She started it.
Says you.
I'll go burn a barrel.
I'll go set a mouse
What something?
Being in respectable tough to you. I mean, thought it would never happen to me. Read about you in the Police Gazette, but you seem more fictional than fact.
Eh?
What's he talking about?
How should I know? He's from Harvard.
Can I ask you this? Is it really true?
Is what?
You jumped from the Brooklyn Bridge.
Of course it's true. Everybody knows that.
No offense, Brody, but some say it's all fake. Didn't even actually make the jump. Some friends fished out of the water and backed up your story to make it sound real.
A pack of flies, jealous people, that's all. Everybody down here on the Bowery knows Steve Brody's true blue. Everybody knows he made the joke.
The king of the Barry don't lie.
That's good enough for me.
What was it like, Mr. Brody?
Yeah, tell
What
us.
else I got done?
They said it couldn't be done. No man could leap from the great bridge and survive. Those who were fighting was Steve Brody. To me, it wasn't a bridge. It wasn't some bare utility. It wasn't a shrine, and it definitely wasn't a fortress. Every day for 2 months, I ran up in Central Park, holding my breath until I was ready. And then I climbed steel ropes and cables, higher and higher and higher. There I was, on top of the eighth wonder of the world, thousands and thousands of feet above the mighty river. The spirit of America the proud was surging through my blood. Doing the impossible is what made this country great, and let my feet serve to spur the youth of America to do what others say cannot be done. I took a deep breath. Another. Deeper. I held my nose and I jumped. Down, 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 down into the cold, dark, murky waters below. And then I surfaced. I had jumped from the Brooklyn Bridge and had lived to tell about it.
Let me shake your hand. It's a real honor. If anybody tells me you didn't do it, I'll punch him in the snoot.
An inspirational story. How's it going, Tom?
This ain't to my liking, Steve, but I've got my duty. Have you seen anything of Jack Cole?
That lad didn't have anything to do with the robbery at the Drake Mansion.
Maybe yes and maybe no. The evidence is against him. Old Lady Drake has a warrant out for his arrest, and I'm duty bound to bring him in.
Why are you down here?
Good question. Jack Hobart knows the Bowery like the back of his hand. There are many places to go. You ain't seen me pick up. The hobby Steve.
If I hear or see anything I think you ought to know, I'll be the first to spill it.
I'd appreciate that. Oh, what a time Richard is giving me. You don't understand, I've got my duty. Well, I'll be going up the street by the shooting gallery. If you journey.
I'll remember.
Hallelujah! Look who's in it, Salvation Sally and friend.
Hiya, Sal.
Hey, Sal. How's it going?
Repent before it's too late.
Salvation Sally, you gotta take it easy with that drum. It wakes people up.
Yeah.
You're a good man, Steve Brody, but you're in a wretched business. You think John Farley coined fiery wrong.
It's ruined many good men and women.
You tell them, girls.
Go ahead and laugh, young woman.
I wasn't making fun. Can't you take a joke?
This is not a joking matter.
Intoxicating beverages are the Bowery's ruin. Take the pledge, for it's too late.
I'll take the pledge.
So will I. A sinner say, it's never too late to quit and go straight.
We'll never drink whiskey again. We'll drink gin.
The star was drunken stupid with your undoing.
Remember the way you go sin.
You've got to see it.
See what, Monty?
Some swells are having some of them fireworks in the yacht race. You've got to see it. It's something.
We ain't gonna miss it, Monty. He said fireworks.
Oh, they're always so pretty.
With your money, you can afford champagne.
What's it to you?
Now, Monty. No need to be rude. Politeness costs nothing.
How'd you know my name? for name's sake.
As a matter of fact, I heard it last night.
Yeah?
At the Drayton Mansion. Don't be a fool.
You're a copper.
Do I look like a policeman? No, I look like a gentleman. Well, that's what I am. I assure you, it would be wiser to do with me than with the police. I have a proposition. Get your friend.
What friend?
Boggs.
You sure know a lot, don't you?
Enough. Get him, and put away that knife. You might hurt yourself. And Monty, don't run away. I found you once. I can find you again.
Matches, will buy my matches. Oh, I'll buy some matches, mister.
Who? What?
Matches, buy some matches.
Why should I? It would only encourage your begging.
Flypaper?
Flypaper? Oh.
Well, don't know I catch flies, mister. Just go for all kinds of bugs.
In that case, I managed a great seller on the Bowery.
Well, I can let you have a rubber tire for a baby carriage for only 25 cents.
Go away! I don't want any matches, I don't want any flypaper, and I don't want to retire for a baby carriage. You depress me. There's one thing I can't stand about the poor is their persistence.
You kicked me.
Consider it a lesson in life. No charge.
Well, I don't like you.
I can live without your approval.
That's him.
Out of my way, urchin. I have business to transact.
What do you want with us?
Oh, come right to the point. I know you're on the Drayton Mansion. I was there, in the shadows. I saw you. Don't be fools. I know I haven't written a letter to implicate you. The letter to be opened at my death. That's better. No one need know what I know, on one condition.
Yeah?
A certain young woman has become inconvenient. I am meeting her shortly. I will drive a carriage onto the bridge at midnight. I will jump out, and you two will jump in.
Then what?
I know the young woman well. She is terrified of water and cannot swim. Throw her off the bridge.
Throw her off the bridge?
She'll drown.
That's the general idea.
Monty, we ain't murderers.
I'm the technicality. That is my proposition. My silence for your cooperation.
Monty, I'm a 3-time loser. If I go up for the Drayton job, I'm behind bars for the rest of my life.
Shut up!
What's it to be?
What if she puts up a fight?
I will see to it that she's sufficiently drugged.
On the bridge, at midnight.
On the bridge at midnight.
Done.
Excellent. When the deed is done, we can. I want a full report.
Meet where?
What better place than this pirate's den?
Whatever you say, mister.
My name's of no instead of yours. You then, I'll take a glass of Dr. Hofstadter's celebrated stomach bitters.
Completely.
That's no matter. It's that roving reporter, Jack Hobart. Never mind about the stomach bitters. I've changed my mind.
I wonder if you recognize me. I'd better tell Brody.
Oh!
Not running out on me, are you?
No, Jilly. Honest.
We wouldn't do a thing like that.
Glad to hear it. I've been waiting for you two. I want what's coming to me.
We was planning on looking for you. Honest Injun.
I bet.
No. Bugs is right. We appreciate you unlocking the window for us. It was a big help. We said we'd give you a fair share of what we got, and we will.
It's $10 for you, Tilly.
$10?
All right, we'll make it 12.
Well,
$12.50.
That's a lot of money for an old rag woman.
I read the papers and I know what you made off with. Don't play old Tilly for a fool. $11,000 is what you took.
$11,000? Are you crazy?
What's that got to do with anything?
Don't believe everything you read in the papers, old woman.
I want half what I'm turning you two in.
You are crazy.
Monty, this isn't one of our better days.
Shut your yap. All right, Tilly. We don't want to leave empty. I've got your share right
Oh,
here.
Kitty!
Monty, what do we do with her?
Tie her up under the piers. The tide and sea critters will do the rest.
Good thinking. Give me a hand.
Is she up front?
That was the best yacht race I ever seen.
I've seen lots better.
I wish I could be on one of those pretty ships.
Speaking as a Harvard man, I could assure you that race was quite splendid.
What a Harvard men know.
Always something lively happening at Steve Brody's respectable tuck joint.
Repent. Embrace sobriety. Give up this evil life. I don't know what's up, but it looks like a raid to me.
Raid?
Throw a nickel on the drum, give another.
Sally, put a lid on it! Lila, I thought I tossed you out.
Only trying to do you a favor. I saw cocksuckers in the paddy wagon, and they said they were heading down here to Steve Brody. It's a raid for sure. What did I tell you?
What's up, Tom?
Man shouted at me down the street. Said Jack Hobart was here at your place.
What man?
Don't know. He got away before I could get a good look at him.
Who's Jack Hobart?
He's the thief who robbed the drink from auction last night. Got away with $11,000.
11,000 clams?
That ain't broccoli.
Well, drink of that. And dresses in jewels. Is there a reward?
Sure is. A house reward for the man or woman who captures Jack Hobart.
What's he look like?
The man said he was working here disguised as a Chinese. That's him! That's Jack Hobart! Get him!
We ain't down yet.
questions.
I have nothing with me. Only this locket. It's worth nothing to you.
We don't want your locket.
We ain't safe while you're alive.
Those voices. I know those voices. You're the men who brought Mrs. Drayton.
That settles it.
In the carriage, Thurlow gave me something to drink. He said it was orange phosphate. Thurlow has been up to this.
What if he has?
Oh, the cad.
Bobs, what night is this?
Saturday night?
Then it's time for the ladies' bed.
Well, okay.
Okay, idiot.
Lady overboard! Water lost, women
What's wrong, little Metro?
She's drowning!
Drowned. Another Bowery suicide. Overcome by life's misfortunes. Quick, get Steve Brody.
Where will I find him?
Down there by the pier. See him?
Oh, he's right there.
Run, little Metro, run!
Yes, ma'am.
If only I could swim. Don't give up the ship. Try closing your mouth and holding your breath. That's not quite it.
What's going on up here?
Never mind up here. It's down there.
Looks like a drowning woman.
It is a drowning woman. Still drowning. Report. Jump in. Save her.
Are you serious? Nobody could jump in and save that woman. I'll go get some.
She's sinking fast. But the lifeline where you are. But the lifeline where you are.
Payson!
There. Who is it? Does anyone know? Hurry, Mr. Brody. He's going to jump.
Geronimo!
I can't see anything.
Are there baddies in the water? It's so dark down there.
He hasn't come up yet.
Poor Mr. Brody. Lost in the dark water. If only we could aid him.
This'll help. Give it here. I know all about ropes.
Look, I think I see something.
Does the house fit? Where?
Right there.
That is. The drowned cat she is.
Oh, she's alive.
Wonder why she did it.
Can you walk?
Seems she doesn't.
Let's get it back to my place. Come on.
Saved by the king of the Bowery.
Don't startle, Bridget. I'm walking as fast as I can, Miss Alice. I hate to think what your mother would say if she found out. Imagine, 2 young women flown on the Bowery.
It's not as bad as I've been led to believe. I saw some geraniums and hot.
Why are we here anyways? It's past midnight.
This is Steve Brody, isn't it?
That's what the sign says.
All I know is I have this note from Jack.
What does it say?
Dearest Alice, don't worry about me. I'm taking care of myself. I soon hope to clear my name and claim you for my own. Steve Brody is helping me. Love, Jack.
Well, how'd you get that letter?
It was slipped under the front door. A neighbor saw a Chinese waiter do it.
Well, what if Mr. Brody won't tell me nothing?
That's just the risk I have to take. Jack needs me.
I've never been up so late. It's almost time to feed the farm critters.
Here now. Sounds like Miss Pretty Willie.
Would you stop talking about farm life?
Mrs. Drayton, it's Mama. Uh-oh, there goes me, John. What are we going to do? Go hide.
Out there! I trust they have refreshment rooms for ladies. No matter what, we must experience.
I've never been in a place like this.
Nor have I, Martha. Yet desperate actions, desperate circumstances require desperate actions.
How's that?
I saw a troubled Alice speak from the house tonight. She boarded the trolley, and on the front of the trolley was printed its destination, the Bowery.
What do you know?
I just told you, listen to me, Martha.
Uh-huh.
You must never tell anyone of this adventure. It would ruin me socially.
I understand.
Naturally, I couldn't come down here by myself. I couldn't locate Miss Livingston, nor Bridget, so you came to mind. I'm that desperate.
Glad to help out.
No telling where Alice is at this moment. She's been so distraught, not herself at all. It's all his fault.
Mr. Brody?
No, Jack Hobart, that roving reporter. Oh, if only Thurlow were here. He'd know what to do. See, Brody has got to help me. He must.
But there's no one here. Not even a chicken.
Landlord! Landlord!
You're coming and she's half drowned.
Oh, you're a pretty little girl.
Why no, Brody? I ain't been to bed yet.
Good gracious.
Drowned? Who's drowned? Well, she's only half drowned, I told you.
Martha, it could be Alice.
Don't get yourself a ladder, I'll tell you.
Oh, it's Alice. I feel it. I've done this. Shame on me. It shouldn't be a mother. I've driven my only child to the river to find comfort in the cold embrace of King Neptune.
King Neptune? You mean she's run off with the foreigners? Easy. He looks better. They're here. Come with me, Aunt Tilly.
I'll find a doctor.
Ain't no need. She's a coming around.
Missed out on your chance to bring her up.
Where am I?
Take it easy, dearie. You've had some bad luck. Midnight swims are bad for your health.
You're at Steve.
I remember a carriage, a bridge, cold, dark water.
Opal! It's Opal, my long-lost child! Mother! Daughter!
How is this possible? She can't be a daughter, for she's my seamstress, Blanche Livingston.
I know my own daughter when I see her. I took the name of Blanche Livingston so it would bring shame to the family name of Pretty Willie.
Two really ugly men pushed her off the Brooklyn Bridge.
But Brody jumped in and saved her.
No other human man could have done it.
There's the architect of my assassination.
Thurlow, what are you doing on the Bowery?
I believe a hasty retreat is called.
You will not leave until I have an explanation.
A true gentleman never feels the need to explain anything. To do otherwise would be a social blunder.
This is the Rotter who lured me from the farm and then discarded me. He has wormed his way into your husband's trust, but he is a gambler and a thief. He has stolen money from your safe and plotted a marriage that will benefit only himself. When I threatened to expose him, he plotted my murder.
Murder?
What is he doing? He's a bad man.
Trying to hurt my face.
Somebody get a copper.
Never went around when there were on one.
Run, little match girl, run!
That creature's obviously deranged.
This will prove my story.
It's a picture of him, all right.
Proving nothing. Mrs. Crane, this whole episode is beneath us. Let us withdraw to a more civilized section of the city.
It's her! Alive! Keep quiet.
If you need further proof, ask them. They carried out Thurlow's murderous plan.
Bob and Monty.
He said he was the night watch on the bridge. They got half the money from the robbery. Thurlow got the other half.
I'm leaving.
That makes two of us.
Stop them!
Not the time to finish me on A. Old Tilly's tougher than that. I'm a good team. I've been through the road.
What's this talk about murder?
They wrote to Mrs. Drayton and tried to do away with me.
You treacherous old witch!
He is in on it too. He's one of the crooks.
Mr. Rickman, sir.
State pen.
Hold on, you! No,
Come on! Yeah, you want some meat?
That's what you think.
You want some?
I'm gonna give you the thrashing of your lifetime. You picked the wrong bad message, Steve Brody. I too know my stuff.
Let's see what you got.
Everybody was coming.
the Bowery.
You're lovely good. The man I trusted has met Elias' doom.
You always lads a lot, Miss Three.
You're right, Tom. I'm afraid I misjudged this newspaper man. Oh, if only Alice were here.
But I am here, Mother.
Oh, I've been such a fool. Will you ever forgive me? You too, Jack?
It's a deal.
You'll get a big promotion if you turn in this block, Tom.
I'll turn state evidence. Might even get my pictures in the paper and a parole.
He has the money on it. Ugh.
Here's your Mrs. Drake.
I promise to have the check delivered. I trust you have no objection to cash.
Steve Brody's Foundation for a Better Bowery has no objection.
A mother and daughter united, never to be parted.
Like
Together again.
life said, never be parted.
Well, too bad they couldn't be married right now.
Why not? There's an all-night mission down the street. Someone can fetch the minister.
Wall fetch?
Run, little Metro, run!
What a sweet child. Now that I'm going to be all alone, I believe I will adopt her.
Well, Mrs. Drayton, now that you have a new young daughter, and the crooks have finally been pinched and the money recovered, we'll have a wedding to finish up this night that we started down here on the Bowery.
3 cheers to the man who knows how to take a flying leap. Hip, hip.